All right, we're at the Detroit airport and we're heading to Alaska. For those of you that don't know, I have been in all of the 48 lower states and drove all across them many times. I've been all over Canada, I've been to Europe several times, but I've never been to Alaska and I've never been to Hawaii. Well, Alaska is going to be checked off the list here. My mom and her husband have a cabin up here in Alaska and they live up here about half the year. All three of our children have been up here to visit Grandma, but my wife and I have never been here, so here we go. And my wife, who likes to stay out of my videos and not be on camera, will probably be making several appearances on here. So we got a lot of things planned when we get up here. We're going to be up here Saturday through Saturday. Here we go. We drove to the Detroit airport, which is about 3 hours from our house, and it's a direct flight. This flight takes about 6 hours from Detroit to Anchorage, Alaska. There's 4 hours time difference from Ohio to Alaska. This is a 6-hour flight, as I said. It will be daylight the entire way. So we're leaving Detroit about 6:30 p.m. We're going to get up to Alaska at 8:30 local time. And I'm pretty sure it's going to be daylight up here almost the entire day. And we are getting close. Yeah, I'll pop the drone out here, the window of the airplane, get some drone footage of the airplane coming into Anchorage. I was in Colorado the week before this, and there was some snow in the mountains of Colorado, but nothing like what I'm seeing here. All right, we made it. And shortly after getting to the airport, we are greeted by this bull moose. Not a real big airport, but it was pretty neat. Looks like we have a beluga whale hunter here at the airport. And I gotta check in with Grizz first. And my mom and Ralph picked us up at the airport, and we are driving to their cabin in the little town of Hope, Alaska, about an hour and 40 minutes out of Anchorage. It is around 9:30 p.m. right now, which means it is 1:30 a.m. at home, but hey, we're not home. Plenty of daylight left. And the tide is high. All right, who has been here and knows where I'm at? Welcome to the Kenai Peninsula. I probably said that wrong. Anyways, first moose sighting, or live moose sighting, coming up. And we made it to my mother's place.
Your camper's all nice.
This cow moose and her two calves have been hanging out by my mom's quite a bit. They actually sit down right in the driveway, sometimes or the backside of the house. Alright, so it is midnight, and as you can see behind me, it's still light, so it's never going to get completely dark here. And I guess around 2 o'clock in the morning will be the darkest, but I'm going to bed because it's like 4 a.m. at home and 4-hour time difference. I'm really tired. Anyways, I just wanted to show this, what midnight is like here in Hope, Alaska. And before I get too far into this video, here's a picture, of course, of me, my mother, her husband Ralph, and my wife Deb in the background. And Sunday morning, after my mom cooking me quite a breakfast here, I asked for 2 eggs, I got 4. I got sausage, bacon, toast, all the good stuff. So we are now headed up to Palmer, Alaska area and Hatcher Pass. And something interesting that I learned, this part of Alaska is actually considered a rainforest. Yep, there's some avalanche We are now headed up to Hatcher Pass. I guess it dead ends up here. There's an old gold mine up here, so hopefully there's some nice scenery to share in the video. All right, old travel blogger Mike here, up at Hatcher Pass in Alaska. Today's Father's Day. What's that, like June 15th? You can see we still got quite a bit of snow up here. Not we, they have quite a bit of snow up here. But I'm up here, so it is we. How much you want to make a bet I could throw a football over that mountain? Coach would have put me in fourth quarter. We'd have won state. No doubt in my mind. Dang, and running up here kind of took my breath. But anyways, we're going to go explore. I got a museum up here for the old gold mine. We'll walk around and check it out.
Oh. Yeah, I was trying to go.
There you go. This is the Independence Mine up here at Hatcher Pass. Had a really neat museum here showing and talking about everything that went on here. I'll share a few pictures here I took while just touring around the mine. And before I get out of here, let's just do a little aerial flyover of the old gold mine. So it's my understanding back during the gold rush, or whatever you want to call it, this was its own little self-sufficient mine and little town. There was bunkhouses, cafeteria, general store. They were pretty much self-sufficient up here. Instead of me looking up and going through all the history with you, I'm sure there's plenty of videos and history on the internet already, so I won't go through all that. Anyways, if you ever come to Alaska, this is not terribly far away out of Anchorage, and I would highly recommend coming up here and taking a peek. It was 60 degrees the day we were up here, and they tell us if we would have been up here a week sooner, the snow was double what you see here. And after touring all that, we are now headed back down. And as we're coming down from Hatcher Pass, we'll just do a couple aerial shots here and show you the river and a little bit of the scenery. I'm going to venture to say this was an avalanche slide here in the winter time that worked its way down. The snow was pretty thick here where it stopped. You can see where it kind of laid over some trees and stuff right there. After touring all day, at supper time we ended up back in Palmer, and we stopped by this little hamburger shop called Butte Burger. As you can see, it's a pretty neat place. They had a good menu. The food was good. Somebody said there's no way somebody could eat that double burger, but guess what? I didn't have any trouble. Heck, I even got to finish my wife's burger. And we are heading back to Hope. After a good night's sleep, Had breakfast at my mom's, and now just went down to one of the local coffee shops to get a cup of coffee for the road. When you're down, stare at a clown. We're going back out sightseeing today. Looks like it's a little cloudy, overcast, but the temperature's supposed to be around 55, 60 degrees, so it shouldn't be too bad. We are going on a glacier tour here, so we got a time set. We got tickets to get on a boat, but until then, let's have a look around as we drive around. All right, we now made it to the Portage Glacier cruises, so this is not terribly far from Mom and Ralph's cabin here, and just waiting for this boat to come in. They'll unload, and then we are on the next boat.
I like to talk. I talk in my sleep. I sing in the shower. I talk on the way into work. I talk all day long for work. I should be on the radio. If there's any program directors here, you can just look me up on Facebook. But really, thanks for coming out. I enjoy doing this. And without you guys coming out, I'm not able to do this. So thanks for coming out.
We'll be out to check you guys in just a few minutes. Leave the house. A little short-handed today, so we got plenty of time to be one of those.
Tell us what you're doing today.
That's grandma.
All right, old glacier vlogging Mike here. We're on the boat. We're gonna head out and see some glaciers.
Little deck in. Up top side, we have Decade Chris, my cousin, and my uncle, Captain Wayne, skipper in our vessel. Before we get started, or as we get started, talk about some safety stuff for you. We have some bins with adult life jackets. In the middle where you walked in, we also have more bins. In the front we have 3 bins, port side, starboard side for adults. And this one up here is we shouldn't need to use any of it. We do have some other safety rules. No running, no jumping, and no climbing, please. We don't want anyone getting hurt. So that includes our benches and the railings topside. No smoking, that includes vaping. I know.
We are in the Chugach National Forest. It's roughly 55.5 million acres. They say it is home to about 10,000 glaciers. And I know you don't believe me on a day like this, but it is the northernmost temperate rainforest that you're in right now. I know it's a beautiful day. We get like 6 of them a year out here. So buy a ticket or thank whoever brought the sun with them. If y'all could help us not go back to school, that would be awesome. And if you're wondering what kind of wildlife we got out here, well, we have George down below. And we also have mountain goats and occasionally see a black bear. To finding some wildlife, we love to let everyone know, and kind of 200 feet of snowfall each year as well. It is a heavy avalanche zone, so as you're looking around, you will see evidence of avalanches. Like I said, off the right-hand side of the boat, off the left-hand side, is another example of an avalanche chute. You see a waterfall that's starting to rip down of the way. That hasn't been going all season, so again, as that snow's starting to melt, it's starting to make more waterfalls. I don't know how many waterfalls are in the valley. If anyone would like to count, that'd be great, but I do get that asked a lot. How many are out here? I'm not really sure, but there's a new one. Well, and again, feel free to grab me. I don't mind taking portraits for y'all. You might even get a little of myself on there if it plays out. To scale a glacier, or that is how the natives, made their way over the glacier. They use those moraines. It gives them a, accumulation zone. Well, thank you for asking. I'm going to tell you. The one we have here is the Spencer Blackstone Ice Complex. It's a accumulation zone is where it snows, and then that snow stays. Some more snows on that snow, which it does that again and again and again, which brings us to our 10 to 10 to 1 rule, which is it takes 10 feet of snow, 10 years to compact and compress and make 1 foot of glacial ice. The trail goes from the bottom all the way to the top. The middle, that is a medial moraine, and the ones on the outside are lateral moraines. We got there from that trail I was telling you about. As you're making your way a little further toward the glacier, you will see the trail better. It does wind through the valley here, and that is how those people on the beach got there. They're not lost, they're just relaxing. Colors, there's blues, there's greens, yellows, oranges, but blue is the fastest light wave that is absorbing and reflecting back to us, and that is what we're seeing. So basically the sun is a waterfall off the left-hand side of the boat. You'll see coming down the valley there. That is you're losing ice, so you can kind of use that as a reference, the scale, like I was saying. That's how far it's gone in 30 years. The reason why I'm telling you that is because during the Alaskan gold rush, miners, not underage children, but people out here looking for gold, the miners back then, they would use those white stripes, those veins in the rocks. They would use those for like an indication, maybe, hey, maybe there's gold in this area, and we'll use that as a reference. Either they were wrong or they've got a good, if you did get a gold pan when you got here and you've got one in the parking lot, I would just save yourself some time. There's no gold out here. But that is why we mentioned those quartz pans, because it has wasted a lot of people's time back in the day. We're here to read the time. Sorry about my mic keeps cutting out. It's not a very good wind microphone, but it's hanging in there. Bear with me on that. And so to make an iceberg, because I call these icebergs even though they're little chunks of ice, it has to be 15 feet off the surface of the water. Height-wise, to be considered an iceberg. The front, top side of the boat, there's some little ice chunks. You'll see front right-hand side, top side up here. Feel free to grab those. Those are ice from the water we have fished out. Down below, we have a green cooler in the port side hallway. Feel free to lift that lid. Check out those chunks of ice. Deckhand George down there fished them out with his favorite ice fishing net the other day, and we keep those just to be able to show y'all. The one, so if you look to Portage Glacier, look up to your left, that is the Shakespeare Glacier, and again the Burns, so there's 3 glaciers right here. And you know, I mentioned the town of Whittier earlier. Did y'all come from Whittier? Did you come miles long?
Disconcerting noise. So in just a minute, I might ask them to demonstrate it for us. So if you have some kids, you might want to put your hands over their ears so they don't get scared. Or demonstrate that bow thruster as soon as he's ready.
Here is some of the glacier ice they scooped up that was floating out in the water. I mean, it looks a lot like regular ice. I guess it's just kind of glacial. I'm sure you could see the difference there, couldn't you? And that's pretty well going to do it for the Glacier Tour boat here. As we come in, we'll get off the boat, and I think we're just going to hang out in the area. There's supposed to be some hiking trails, so we'll go out and look for grizz and whatever else we can find. And we got a beaver lodge over there, so yeah, look at this view. Beautiful scenery. Got a nice hiking trail here, but we are now back at the cabin near Hope, so we're in the Hope area. There's an airstrip here very, very close to their cabin, and the airplanes fly over all the time. We'll just do a little drone surveillance here of the area, show you what it's like here. And I of course, had to be very careful here with the airstrip, but you could hear those guys coming. So there's a lot of little cabins up here, in the town of Hope, which is not very big at all, is just a couple miles away from here. So here's a look down at the cabin. And we slept up in the loft here. They have a very nice place here. They bought this lot many years ago, and then just over the years of coming up here, they slowly built this cabin, and it's a pretty nice little place. They spend probably half the year up here, if I had to say, and the other half back in Ohio. So we were here in the middle to the third week of June, and it was pretty much about 23 hours of daylight here. It got dark or just dusk around 2 a.m. And I only know that because I woke up once, and I think till about 3, then it was daylight again. That evening we went back downtown and we went to this restaurant called the Dirty Skillet, and I had an excellent burger here. After supper then we went downtown, and when we was down in Hope we saw this moose and her calf out grazing around in the town area. Over the next 20 seconds or so is just some random pictures I took while we was in downtown Hope. We drove down here about every night. You'd see moose almost guaranteed down here somewhere. And I'll share a couple things with you I learned off of Wikipedia. Hope, or Hope City, was a mining camp established back in 1896 and had a post office built in 1897. The town actually still does have a post office. It looked like it was a new one. Portions of the town were destroyed in 1964 during the Good Friday earthquake. Looks like the town sits at about 43 feet above sea level, and according to the census, the population in 2010 was 192, which is up from 137 in 2000. However, it does show in 2023 the population is 28. It's my understanding that people do live here year-round, but then there are a lot of seasonal people that live here about half the year. There was not a lot going on here midweek, but it's my understanding on the weekends this place gets pretty busy in the summertime with live music at some of the establishments and so forth. Even met a couple people in the area that have Ohio ties, and I'm not talking about my mom and Ralph. There were some little cabins you could rent out and stay in. There was some camping available, and my understanding, even some Airbnbs. It's definitely a neat and unique little town. Even got a tractor picture I was up here. Now, there is some agriculture in Alaska, just not right in this immediate area. And here we are on our next day. We're going to take a little hike here, and then we are going on a train ride after lunch. All right, we're here in Portage at the train depot, and have a train coming in about 5 minutes. We got tickets. We're going to take this train ride. This should take all afternoon, and going to go see a glacier and stuff like that. So I'll get some pictures or video.
Specialist on board, Sicily. Now, before we get started, I'd like to disclaim some safety announcements, so listen up, as your help will be greatly appreciated. Now, on our right-hand side is just keep an eye out for any of these open areas for moose, because they like to hang out on these marshy open valleys.
They're dropping off some rafters here, and we did see a trumpeter swan. I guess that's a pretty big deal.
Now just be aware that these windows can fall inwards or outwards. Our staff down and let us know, as your help will be greatly appreciated. Now enjoy our ride on our way.
Icebergs from Spencer Glacier.
The Placer River will be on our left.
This thing's like swaying.
Swaying to the music.
I know, here comes another tunnel.
Now we're getting more good views of the Placer River on our right side as well.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm doing.
I probably have seen it, but it was. And shows how you feel them.
Oh wow.
Now the S-curve we have here on the Alaska Railroad is actually the steepest curve for our trains. Great time to see one of the glaciers we have here known as Bartlett Glacier. On our left-hand side, that white patch over there between the mountains is our Bartlett Glacier. We're going to turn, and soon you'll see it a little bit closer on our right-hand side once we turn. on our left-hand side. We like to call this area as Grand View Falls, or as the railroad likes to call it, Snow White Falls. This is due to the 7 levels of waterfalls, signifying the 7 dwarves in Snow White. Of Trail Glacier. There's going to be another viewing point, but it's going to be a lot longer. Now, Trail Glacier feeds into a couple trail lakes and trail river.
We got up to the top and the train stopped here at what they call the whistle stop, and you're able to take this little hike here. I think it was about a mile total, and you can walk up and get a pretty nice view back down at the train. After all that, we loaded back up and started working our way back to the train station. There's the view I was telling you about. Trail kind of wandered around up to here. Now, if you wanted to stay up here and camp and keep on hiking or be gone for a couple hours, I think the train makes multiple stops that you could catch the next one. And it looks like it's going to clear off here. Might have a pretty nice ride on the way back.
Definitely a lot more sun on it.
And on the way back to the train station, we are going to stop in the same spot as the way up and pick up some rafters now.
that bomb back there.
Happy Juneteenth. Yeah. Well, I'm gonna be off Juneteenth, so, and I don't get to see you guys.
All right, well that was fun. Now we're gonna head back to the cabin. So Wednesday morning of our trip, Deb and I are heading down to Seward, and we left Mom's cabin around 3:30. We're gonna get here early, but we saw one moose so far. Didn't have the camera rolling, and got about 30 miles to go, but this is all new territory for us, this part of the trip that we've not seen yet. All right, so we're down here in Seward. We got here about 5 a.m. Went over here to the Alaska Seafood Grill, had breakfast, and we met our captain. And it looks like there's going to be 6 of us going out on the boat today. It's supposed to be a sunny day here and calm, so looking forward to this. All right, here we go. But you mixed it. Yeah.
You gonna jack off? Nope, I'm gonna put it in.
Yeah, we got a bite.
Get her.
You're just slaying them.
Set up there. Go ahead and take a look. It's a halibut.
Can you see him?
That's good. Leave that weight in the water. You're fine. Just leave it there.
Is that a pretty good size one?
That's above average.
Yeah.
It must be the halibut whisperer.
It's only because you can't keep them today.
Yeah, I know.
If we were out here looking for them, we wouldn't even have a bite yet. Bite?
Got it in there good.
Nice.
Good caught. Got a fish on.
Fish on.
Okay, we got to release it.
Oh my gosh, how big it is.
So this is a small halibut. You guys can take a peek here so you know. You know how to use your de-hooker. So you want to leave it over the side.
All right, we are moving. Nobody caught a fish in that spot except my wife. She caught 4 halibut, and this is a non-halibut fishing day. So we're moving for something else.
reeling. Stop reeling, Deb.
I'm done.
Stop.
So that's what
Let line out.
Alright.
Yeah. Okay, it's out. Take this, Alex. Thank you.
So who had the fish?
I don't know. Mine's gone. I don't know if he had it.
If you get tangled like that,
Nice big quill bag. Alright.
hey, that's a good one.
All
Look
right.
at this thing.
We'll have to give her a color.
Yep.
Good job.
I saw it.
Okay.
Always leave a knife up here too. No worries.
No, I don't.
No, you don't.
I'm gonna get you some fresh. Nothing right there.
Todd?
Yep.
Nice.
All right. Good job.
So what you do is take this and hold, you go hand over hand and then hold this in your hand.
Alright.
And then when you bring this over, the fish can't move these pins. Okay. You got a codfish.
All right.
Always leave that weight down.
Oh, shoot.
All right, I got it. Pull your lever back, please.
Good job. Nice cod. Nope, you don't have one, do you?
Nothing.
There you go. Oh, good job. So that you just throw it on the deck. I'll grab it from you.
Right there? Yep.
Hatch open. Stay up. We're gonna reset.
On railing.
Oh, no, do that. One hand, one hand.
Okay.
And then you'll either have a bird's nest, a knot, or a lost fish.
Okay. Wow, that thing is big.
I didn't get any video of me catching fish, but my wife did grab a few shots, and here they are.
Cool. Want to reel in anymore? Nope, you're perfect.
Wait. I can't. Oh, yeah.
Cod. Pacific cod.
Gee, that's a nice fish.
fish here in a second. I'll be a house kid. Just give it one crank, you know me. Should be getting there. Is your drag slipping? Push it up a little bit. So bring the pull out. Nope, just pull your lever back. Okay. Nice.
Oh, that is a big one.
Leave her loose to put the brakes back on.
Yep, that's right.
Alrighty. For the gram.
Here.
Oh yeah. It just splashed.
There's a whale over here. Don't know if I'm going to be able to get close enough to get any video of it, but we did see it. Everybody's got their cameras ready, so it probably will not surface again.
Just blew some steam. There we go. There we go. Yeah.
Well, maybe if you're watching this video on a big TV or a big computer, you'll see it. Otherwise, I cannot zoom in to catch it.
Look at them. Look at them all.
Wow. Oh my gosh, they're everywhere.
Hold your rod.
Go, go, okay.
Got it? Real, you got it. That's good, right there. Lift up, lift up, lift up, lift up. All right. Because it's going to dry on you, okay? Keep spraying all this as you're cutting. Good job, team.
All right.
Thank you.
I don't want to hit you with it.
Well, we're all done fishing and we are going back, and the deckhand is here filleting the fish. These seagulls know what's going on, so they're waiting along till he throws the rest of the fish off, and then they come down and get it. Look at them go. Overall, we had a pretty good day out here. My first fish was Alaskan pollock. Then I caught 4 cod, 2 black rockfish. My wife got her 2 black rockfish right at the end there. She got a quillback. She caught 4 halibut that we had to put back. She got a pollock, cod, all that good stuff. I think everyone on the boat did pretty good. I've been charter fishing on the Great Lakes, but this was just the best. Out here, the scenery, out here getting to see whales, catching these fish, just everything. This was just spectacular. And we had a really nice day. We're heading back into Seward, Alaska. They'll dock the boat. We'll get our fish separated, loaded up, and then we will take it to a place where they will weigh it and ship it home to us. More rockfish. A little bit more. Okay.
Hey, B, would you mind?
How this works, they will package your fish up, freeze it down, and then they will overnight it to your house on the day you request. For example, we're not going to be home for several more days, so they're going to wait till the next Monday, and they will overnight it to us. It will be froze, packed in dry ice, come in a box, and everything should be good. You can also buy fish out of their freezer that was caught locally here. They give you a discount on that if you want to send that home with some of your stuff. Hats, t-shirts, stickers, all that good stuff. And the girl that was actually doing the paperwork here for us is from nearby Bradford, Ohio, real close to where I live. And the next day we went down to Kenai Fjords National Park. Yeah, we're up here at the Kenai Fjords, heading up to the glacier here, Exit Glacier to be exact. Pretty nice scenery on the way up here. After the Exit Glacier hike, we went down the Seward, and I wanted to go to a seafood restaurant, so Ray's Bar and Grill it is. Fish it is. And we had this American bald eagle sighting before we left Seward. And our very last day in Alaska, we just hung around the Hope area and stayed at the cabin. We did get to see this porcupine. Actually, there was a couple of them right here. We managed to get a picture of one of them. Then it was time to head back to Anchorage and get ready to fly home. We did visit Earthquake Park as we were leaving before we went to the airport. Here is a look at downtown Anchorage. Then my mom and Ralph dropped us off at the Anchorage airport and we boarded our flight for Detroit. 6 hours from Anchorage to Detroit, in case you're wondering. And that's going to do it for this video. If you would go down there, hit that like button. Feel free to leave a comment. If you're new to my channel, I would appreciate if you would hit that subscribe button and check back often. I'm always filming, editing, uploading new content to my YouTube channel. I know this is something a little different than my usual farming and outdoor stuff, but hey, it was a great trip and I would definitely do it again. I actually did get invited to come up sometime and do some video at a farm up by Fairbanks that grows barley and potatoes. So one of these years, maybe I'll get up there for their harvest. Anyways, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you on the next video.